Welcome to another race with Universe Motorsports. Today we're going to be in the Craftsman Truck Series. We've entered in our number 3 Circle B Diecast Chevrolet Silverado. It's a nice looking truck that this is. Here at Charlotte Motor Speedway we're going to be pulling 40 laps. These trucks are fun to drive. They're pretty stable. You can get away with a lot with these things as far as pushing the truck than you could in really a lot of other series that are here on iRacing. But for today's breakdown, our strength of field is a 2404. We were the second split out of 9 different splits. We do have to pay attention to tire wear, even though that this track is not as abrasive as a lot of other tracks that we're going to be going to. Still a concern, especially in any long runs that we may have, and especially towards the end of the race. Something to pay attention to if and when to pit. We are only running 40 laps. We have plenty of fuel. I think we have 50 to 60 laps of fuel, something like that. But tire wear will be an issue. And then lastly, to keep an eye on is tight off of turn 4. I mean, 2 wide, 3 wide, and even sometimes some guys get a little crazy. You can get 4 wide. It gets pretty hairy really quick coming off of turn 4. Here we have our second qualifying lap that we had ran. We did an extremely good job of running this lap. As you can see, we were second in qualifying out of a 23 truck field. We were 100th of a second off of first place, which that was amazing to me because in practice I think I was running 15th or 20th. We were struggling a little bit. Not a bad lap time at all. Starting second will greatly benefit us.
Yo, Six, what do you do?
Coming up to the initial green. Sounds like we already got shenanigans happening in the back. Super glad we're starting up here. Getting this green flag. In practice, I really couldn't decide which lane to be in. The bottom was pretty quick at first, but...
Start, number 8.
8, wasn't behind.
Though the bottom lane was kind of quick, but gave up really fast. Outside was okay. I wasn't really too confident in it.
The number 2 car, he hung back like a
we're already getting loose as we get into turn 4 here. Oh, we barely get the wall, Trying to stay out of people's way. And we might have checked up the lane up there. A bunch of trucks are spinning. And it's going to be a yellow.
Damn, I got
I hate that. I feel like we caused that a little bit.
What are you doing?
I feel like we caused that. We're going to have to go back and look at that. Entering into turn 3, I expected it to have a little bit more grip. Maybe I was pushing it a little bit too hard.
23, that was some serious pucker factor.
Yeah, she just steps out on me and thought I saved it here, but just barely got it into the wall. Slowed me down just a little bit. Looks like they checked up okay, but yeah, I don't think they anticipated that. Not the way I wanted to start that. I hate that. Ruined it for a lot of different drivers there. On board of the 23 truck here, we can get a better view of exactly what had happened. Oh, and they're already going 3 wide. Lap 1 3 wide is never a good idea, especially coming off turn 4 again, being tight as it is. Oh, you know, the 23 got into the 1 a little bit, but the 1 doesn't even look like he really hit the 11. That might have been that actually might have been a, what do they call it, a net code in this game, where sometimes you don't really actually connect. The game thinks you did. Yeah, the 1 doesn't look like he hit him. And I feel like everybody could have held that if that didn't actually happen. So, I don't know, maybe we're half to blame on that, and netcode is the other half to blame. Alright, that was kind of a terrible start for us. Restarting 6 on the outside lane. I'm okay with the outside right now. We kind of want to try to test the bottom. Again, practice was kind of weird. Not quite sure exactly what the preferred line is here, but after that first lap, I kind of just want to stay out of trouble here. I'm going to stick it to the outside, pull it up here for a little bit. Everybody's really close together. as they would be. Luckily, nobody's doing 3 wide yet, just like they were on that first lap. If we can keep it side by side, preferably single file, especially come off that turn, that'll benefit me, I think. And it looks like most of us are going to be able to keep it steady. Nobody's really pushing it. And we're actually gonna somewhat be single file coming off of turn 2 here, getting onto the backstretch. I don't think we got any damage getting that wall a little bit. We should be okay. See if we can make a pass here on the 17. If I can get a 17, there's a good hole right there that we get him right behind the 21. Yeah, you definitely have a better entry on the outside than the 17 did there on the bottom lane. Bottom lane, again, is going to be hard for me, I think, more so on entry than exit. I just did not like how it felt in practice, and then the high side obviously was a little bit too loose. Stepped out when I didn't expect it. Oh, and the 2 gets into the 9, gave him a little bit of a love tap. But the 9 actually did an incredible job saving that, especially getting his left sides on the apron. That was pretty nice. And that's going to string us out a little bit, especially right behind us. But there's like 5-car breakaway right up in front for the lead here. Got a couple trucks still trying the bottom lane here. I might try the bottom lane in the next turn or two just to see if I can catch back up to this 13. He had a good exit there.
Sorry, man, I got tight. I was lifting, it just wouldn't turn.
Some trucks are getting tight. And the 13 checks up, and we have to check up not to run into him just because I tried that bottom lane, and the 17 is going to check up too, and the 2 is going to get right into him. Another good save by another competitor. 17 kept it straight, especially with the apron right there.
Got to be something when you win it all game, because every time you turn to somebody, they get a between progress.
Must be.
Yeah, outside. Definitely, I think it's going to be my preferred line for this race.
The 2 trucks ahead of us checked off suddenly in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, I think he was mentioning the 13 checking up, and which forced us to check up, caused that little bit of a bump there, but no harm, no foul. Everybody seems to have held it, so side by side with the 13 to try to clear him here. Definitely outside is going to be my preferred line, I think, moving forward. I don't want to be on the inside anymore. Two is going to follow us through. And we are clear of the 13. Got quite a sizable gap in front of us. But that's good. Clean air will help us, especially coming off the corners. 2 is still getting hung up by the 13. That should give us a little bit of a buffer behind us. Yeah, 13 hanging strong on that 2. 2 is just about to clear him. Now you're going to have an 8 truck going around him. Majority of the field is pretty strong out. Getting by a lap truck here. Oh, and the 8 almost gets him in the 13. Probably didn't see him, and the 13 is able to check up and not run into the back. Oh, whoa, that was a scary moment right there. A couple laps later, focusing on the best battle on the track right now. Looks like it's for 3rd place with these 4 trucks, starting with that 4 truck right there. 12 is in the lead, with 10 trucks in 2nd, 4 in 3rd. 23 is in 4th. 15 trying to make a move on the 21, not able to pull it off on the bottom. 21 has a little bit of a run on the 23. We'll see which lane he decides to grab. They're both going to take the high lane here. 21 a little bit higher than him, might get a little bit more clean air going around. 23 chops him off a little bit, was still clear. 21 looked like he had a run there, but not enough to really get in there. We'll try it again, coming off of 4, but the 23 is going to be looking on the outside of the 4 as well. 4 had a good run off the bottom. 21 decides to get underneath him. Looks like he has a good run coming off. Now 15 has to make a choice. He was running the bottom lane the last couple laps right there. He's also going to keep it to the bottom, see if he can follow the 21 through the 23. Is he going to clear him? He does. And that's going to put him in the 4th place. These cars are got a blanket on them. This is the best battle on the track right now. Now 15 making a move on the 23. That's going to pull him back off of the 21. The 21 is now going to have a run on the 4. We're just behind this group, about a second and a 10th off, I think it was. About a second off. If they're side by side, it'll draw them back to us, but looks like they're all about to clear each other. Catching my groove up here in this middle lane. You enter high, and then if you keep it right in the middle, I feel like it's the fastest way. Truck doesn't bog down as much as it does, especially holding the bottom coming off of the turn. Got no pressure behind us either. Those trucks were side by side for a little bit. Allowed us to break away. And now the 10 has caught up to the 12. The 10's going to try the bottom lane. It may not work out for him. The 12 might have the preferred lane. Oh, and the 10 just is able to rotate and just keep it moving on the bottom. Still side by side. He might be able to get him here. He does lead that lap. Yeah, 10's got a fast truck, especially on the bottom. Able to clear him with ease. 2's going to try to drop in behind him. Keeping our pace 20 laps into this race. Truck is super steady now. I don't know what that was on lap 1. I probably just overestimated it.
I figured you'd want the top one for the runoff.
Skipping ahead a couple laps here, a few laps. Cars in front of us have caught up to each other, and now they're side by side. That 12 has probably burnt up the rubber that he had. Is falling back into the clutches of these guys. Oh, and a 15 looks like he gets into the 21. 15. Oh, hits the bottom wall. And are we able to get up to the 21? Let's take another quick look at that. 15's on the inside here, right behind the 4, and the 12. 12 is falling back, chewed up whatever he had. I don't know if the 15 just had dirty air. He just got tight, pushed up into him. Really got him hard, and the 15 smacks that wall. No caution. Surprised by that. He must not have fully stopped. 21 is now... Yeah, I agree, put it out. I wouldn't mind some new tires right now, but catching up to the 21, he probably has some damage from hitting that wall there, either on his driver's side from the 15. Probably not that bad from all that, from that hit he took.
There, just go if you can't race clean.
21 might have got some damage. Doesn't look like it as we try to pass him on the side. On the top side. It looks like there's some other shenanigans happening.
The point is, I gave you plenty of room. You didn't even have to make contact.
Alright, something to keep an eye on for later. The 9 and the 14 might be having some issues together. We do get around the 21. 21's momentum has been destroyed by that 15 truck. He might have some severe damage, but we clear him, move him on forward. A couple laps later, now we're on lap 27. Coming up on a lap truck again. This guy, I think, was involved in that initial accident on lap 1. Moves aside as he should, makes it easy for us as we enter into turn 1.
Taylor, that is possibly the worst thing you could do in that situation. It blew up. I had to get down while there was a hole.
About 12, 13 laps to go, I think, in this race, and we get our first caution, or our second caution, really, besides the one I think I caused. Yeah, he blew up going right into the corner, I guess. You can see the flames coming out of his tailpipe there. I guess 17 wasn't too happy that he cut down on the track, but yeah, if he lost all power, what are you supposed to do? So that's our second caution. I guess I'm coming in for tires. It would make no sense for anybody to stay out here. We're all pretty much hurting. Since we started second, we're going to have a pretty far pit stall here, so let's make sure we don't miss it. It's very easy to speed here. Let's keep an eye on our lights. We didn't enter into our box deep enough. I think that hurt us a little bit. We might have lost a spot. We came in 5th. But I think we're going to exit 6th whenever this pans out here. Well, something to note for next time. We didn't enter into our box deep enough, and that might have hurt us on the entry. Spun the tires a little bit more than I wanted to coming out as well. But overall, that was a nice, clean, quick pit stop. All right, now it's time to regroup. We have new, fresh tires. Keep that in mind because we also don't want... they are slippery when you get new tires, so let's make sure we don't have a repeat of lap 1. Turns 1 and 2 seem to be okay. The entry of 3 can get a little sketchy, so let's make sure we keep that in mind. Getting ready for the restart here. We're going to be starting on the outside. We did lose a spot coming in the pit road there. So restarting 6th. We're going to have about 8 or 7 laps to go here. Main goal here is if we can keep our outside lane, if we can find a nice spot to slot in here once everybody can try to get through here. That would be beneficial, and the 4 is going to make a risky move. He's going to go on the inside of the 13 and make it 3 wide entering this turn. I'm going to back off a little bit. I don't want to be too close to these guys, and they make contact door to door. More contact, and a 4 makes a ridiculous move, and he makes it stick. That was super impressive. That I would never have tried that. My luck, that wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have worked. But that was really impressive. That's going to help us get around the 13. That probably ruined his momentum getting into this turn. And the 23 is going to get pretty loose. He slows up and he's going to check up and get in front of us. The 4 is going to get into him. Oh, and the 23 is going to spin. Oh, and we spin the 4 and gets slammed in the back. Definitely have damage on that, I'm pretty
I
sure.
always love iRacing and the fact that I get a 4X for you running into the side of me.
Oh, that was hairy. That was really scary. That could have been a lot worse, I guess. We could have been spun around. More worried about our rear end. We took a big shot in the rear right there.
Sorry there at the end for spinning you even after that wreck. I got shoved into you.
Yeah, sorry, 3. It looked like we were good to go. I couldn't see much around you, so we were just kind of bumper to bumper.
No, you're good, man. Everybody checked up there, so really nothing we can do.
Yeah, this is on board with us. Can't really see anything. I mean, no blame on the 9. It's really hard to see in these trucks when you get up on each other. 23 was slow coming out of that turn, and I guess he was trying to save his spot. And the 4 right here, I don't know if he missed a shift or something. It looked like he slowed down, or all of a sudden the truck hopped to the side right before I even hit him. This might provide a better view of that. Yeah, 23 almost loses it. Way off the speed. Yeah, I don't know if the 4 got loose or he missed a shift and shifted down by accident or something, but that's what caused us to get into him. And yeah, our rear end is just absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed, but I don't know if we'll come in on pit road to fix it. We're so close to the end here, we might as well try to stay out. We'll have to debate that under caution. Yeah, 23 did, I think, what he thought was best. And what? He gets absolutely launched? I don't know what happened there. All right. Wow, he just magically found the little hole in that wall and it just grabbed him and threw him like a toy. Wow. All right, was a 23 truck field. It is pretty small now. We did decide under caution to stay out. Asked a couple competitors around me how bad it looked. A couple guys said it didn't look all that bad. This is a green-white checker that we have, so I'd rather stay out, I guess. All right, goal here is to hold our own. Just try not to, we got to minimize loss here. Yeah, you can feel it. You can visually see it, but the truck is just so slow right now. Having a hard time keeping it in the middle lane. It wants to drift up so bad. White flag's out here. We got to do what we can, like I said, to minimize loss. The 9 has a big run coming up on the outside. I'm not going to try to block him. We are a lot slower. I don't want any issues. I don't want to lose what we have here. A top 10, possible top 10 going, maybe even a top 5, depending on what may happen here. 9's got a good run coming out on the outside. We're going to push up, maybe getting behind him, and he's going to dip low underneath the 17. The 10 is way out in front. The 10 is going to get this win. And the 9 is going to get a little bit into the 17. The 17 is going to spin, and we almost lose the truck ourselves. Maybe we can get around the 9 and get that one last spot. And we are not able to do it. We do hold on to a 6.
Oh boy, exciting finish. Interesting race. Finish, guys.
Man, that was exhausting. That was a good race, but a lot happened right there, especially at the end. We almost lost the truck after the 17 got spun off the 9. Wow. We already got a 4X from earlier, so I'm glad didn't get any more of a safety rating hit there. But that was a really good race. I do feel bad about that first lap. I'm going to take half blame on that, but man, that was a good race. Good finish. It was an exciting finish. Exciting all the way around. Good battles all the way around the track. We had a long green flag run. That was really exciting. You know, we could have been picking off people if it went green consistently, but having those fresh tires did help. I mean, maybe that's what saved us for having a top 10, especially after this damage here. But what a good race. That was a good finish. That was super exciting. We're going to leave it on the pylon. We're in 6 right there. Good race. We'll see you in the next one.